I'm telling you, there's a lot of people that hate on Badlands for whatever reason, but I have really liked every piece of Badlands gear that I've ever bought. So this is the kind of controversial thing that I was planning on doing. And if you see anything that you've used before and you're like, don't take that, that thing sucks, let me know. This is by no means a video about how I'm an expert in what to take, because this is my first elk trip ever. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. I'm Phil. Welcome back to the channel if you've been following along. Today we got kind of a continuation in the stuff I've been doing, and this is what I'm going to be having in my elk pack on our first rifle season Colorado elk hunt this year. That's going to be October 12th through the 16th. Looking at last year's forecast, it's going to be somewhere between 0 and 50. So it's kind of hard to prepare for and kind of hard to bring, kind of hard to know what you're going to bring. So you're just going to pretty much have to bring it all and then decide when you get there what you're going to leave in the truck. That's what I'm going to do anyway. And this is by no means a video about how I'm an expert in what to take, because this is my first elk trip ever. I'm not a stranger to hiking with a pack, so I know what I can and can't handle as far as weight. My pack wound up with food, not water, is about 40 pounds, which I feel like is kind of heavy, but it'll be fine. Plus, I kind of have a little system in place where I shouldn't have to be packing this whole thing around, and we'll get to that. But first, we'll go through the... First, we'll go ahead and go through clothes, what I'm going to have on my body. I got these Darn Tough socks that I've had forever. I think these were issued in Afghanistan, I'm pretty sure. I got a Badlands. All of this Badlands stuff that I have, I got on Guidefitter. And I guess I'll go over that. If you're a veteran or first responder, active duty, if you have any wilderness job, like wilderness government job, I think it says, if you're a park ranger or, you know, anything like that, you qualify to have an account with Guidefitter. So if you are any of those jobs and you don't have a Guidefitter account, go get one right now. Another good one is called Expert Voice. That is another good one that's sort of like Guidefitter. The only drawback to Guidefitter, I was going to go ahead and kind of say prices as I remember them, but I'm not allowed to say Guidefitter's prices. So if you can have Guidefitter, then you can go look it up, see what Guidefitter's price is. Otherwise, you're just going to know what it costs without Guidefitter. So, okay. Socks, I got these Badlands Ovis Merino base layer bottoms, and I bought these Magellan, which is anybody in Texas, or I'm not sure if Academy is just the Texas thing, but at Academy they have a brand called Magellan, and these are Magellan Pro Hunt pants, and they seemed really thin. These were 70 bucks, which is cheap for hunting pants if you really look around at hunting pants. These seem really thin. I'm going to bring them anyway, because if it's going to be in the 50s, then these would be a good choice, good solid choice. They're super flexible. They have pockets in all the right places. They're soft. I don't see myself probably chafing too bad in those. But the pants that I wound up going with, if it's going to be cold, are the King's Camo Preacher 2.0 pants. And all of the reviews on them said, go ahead and get a size up because they run small. I wear a 34, so I ordered a 36 reg, and they came in and they were actually 36 reg, so I had to send them back. So now I don't have them, but they're on the way. They'll be here in time. They seem like really awesome pants. They got the vents in the side for hiking around, letting the heat out, and they have removable knee pads. It's just a really great pant. It's a little thicker than this, quite a bit thicker than these actually, but it seems like it breathes really well. I can't remember if they're water resistant or not, but that's what I went with, and I think they're going to be good. For a base layer bottom, I just got this, which was also like Marine Corps issued. It's pretty thin base layer, so that was a freebie. I got this Numa, kind of like a mid layer. It's like a quarter zip merino, really soft inside, really soft outside, really nice base or mid layer. And then if it's real warm out, then I have this Badlands Algus shirt. I don't remember how much that costs. And that's it for that stuff, I believe, besides all the orange stuff I'm going to have, because we'll be Colorado rifle season. So you got your vest, your beanie, mittens or gloves, and then your hat, basic stuff. And then I got these gaiters, and I got these on Camo Fire, actually. If you don't look at Camo Fire, you should be looking at Camo Fire, because that stuff goes on insane sales. Camo Fire is awesome. But I got these Ovis gaiters, they're black Ovis gaiters, and I think those will work out pretty nice too. I've had these for several months, and I have quite a few miles on them, and I just don't, I mean, maybe after this trip I'll get it, but right now I don't understand buying $400 boots. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I got these Under Armour Valsets. They're pretty stiff flex. They're waterproof. They're leather, so they're not going to get all tore up. I mean, this is obviously not leather, but the whole bottom is leather, and they're pretty stiff. They're pretty grippy, and they're super comfortable. I maybe wore them twice, and they were broken in. So I like these. I'm going to try these, and then maybe the mountain will go ahead and show me why I should have bought some Crispies or something. But until then, this is what's going on. That's it for what I'm going to be wearing on my body, I guess. We just move all this stuff over here and then go into my bino pouch, bino harness. So I just got some Bushnell 12 powers in here, and this is the, I can't remember the name of this bino harness, but I'll put it in here when I edit this video. Another thing with this whole deal, I have not been elk hunting before, so I would very much appreciate if you guys would just tear me apart in the comments. Be like, you don't need that, you don't need that. What you do need is this and this and this, you know, let me know. So bear spray, if I'm gonna be in central Colorado, I feel like I probably won't need bear spray, but I got it just in case. If I don't need it, let me know, and then I'll just throw this pouch over here on the other side, and then I'll just have more places to put crap, even though I don't need that because my stuff's heavy enough. But I got a little optics wipe in there. That's all I got on that side. I got the little wind powder there. I got some diaphragm calls in here. And then in this bottom pouch, I got a rechargeable headlamp, which I'm not totally sold on the rechargeable headlamps. I've always used battery headlamps forever, and I don't know. I bought this one because I think it'll be okay, and I'm bringing a 40,000 milliamp power pack, so I'll be able to recharge it, my camera, all that stuff. I got this, which is like just like a gun tool. It's got all the different star drive stuff and Phillips and whatever else to work on your gun if you wind up needing to work on your gun. I got my bino adapter for my tripod. I got a lighter, Tylenol, some Band-Aids, and spare batteries, and then other little couple little Allen wrenches that don't have that side on that, so they're the size. So this is probably about all I'm going to carry in that thing. And then here I got this knife, which is, this is just a Mossy Oak replaceable blade one. It's kind of a cheapo one, but this is just kind of my cut whatever I want utility knife. It's just got the blades that come out real nice and easy like that. It locks in, and it's just, I'm not worried about cutting anything with that thing. I got my range finder, and I have the little cow call in there, along with, I think about 15 feet of 550 cord. And then I also have some of these little squishy earplugs and a couple hand warmers in there. Nothing super heavy. I didn't get the Badlands pouch because they were out of the Badlands rangefinder pouches. So I'm kind of glad, honestly, because this one's a little bit bigger than what that would have been, and I can store some more crap in there like I need to do that. So that's basic. Oh, and then in the back, it's got a little deal that opens up here in the back pouch, and that's where I got a couple zip ties in there. I got my tags, hunter safety card, all the whatever paperwork I'm gonna need for back there. I got that. So we can set that aside. And I guess the next thing we can go over is I got this Savage 110 chambered in 7mm PRC. Got spiders crawling across it. And then on top I have the Athlon Argos BTR Gen 2, I believe. And that is a 6-24 power, 6-24 by 50. And I just got this thing sighted in yesterday, and it's dead on at 200 yards, so we should be okay. I'll probably go behind my house and take her out to 500 and just see what kind of elevation and windage adjustments and stuff I got to make, and write it down on a little dope card, and then I'll really be dialed in. So I got a month and a half to go ahead and do that. Might wait until it gets a little cooler, because I'm telling you, it is 8:12 right now and it's still 95 degrees outside, but makes doing anything pretty miserable. So that is that. That's that gun. I got another video of when I painted this thing. This is just rattle can. I think it looks pretty good. So we'll go ahead and throw this up here for now. Bugle tube. And then I'm gonna kind of do this backwards from what you see a lot of other pack dumps. I'm just gonna start off from the get-go, the pack all packed up, so you can see that everything fits, because I see a lot of pack dumps where they put all the stuff on the table and I'm like, there's no freaking way all that stuff fits in that pack. Not a chance. Because they'll just have this, 4 foot by 8 foot table covered in stuff, and then this little, oh, it all fits in this 4,200 pack. No, it doesn't. Come on. I know it doesn't fit in there. So this is showing this is all in the pack. I guess starting with the hip belt, I got my Glock 19, and it's got a TLR1 high lumen on it. I got this on here that I'll probably replace with a pouch, because I don't really need a fixed blade knife, I don't think, not like this anyway. And then over here, I got this little pouch on it, and this is gonna be where all my camera stuff's gonna wind up going. Bring it over here. Little camera pouch, and then the way I have my snack set up, I got a headlamp in there right now. That's my battery trusty headlamp. The way I have my situation with my food set up right now, I've made a whole bunch of different bags, and each day I'll pull a new snack bag and throw it in here, and then I have my Nalgene holder right there. We can start on the outside, work our way in. I got this little guy here, Photo Pro tripod. This thing weighs 2.1 pounds. It's carbon fiber, insanely lightweight. If you're looking at tripods and you're like, God, these tripods are all expensive, I don't want to spend $500 on a tripod. I think I spent 110 bucks or something on this one, and it's got the really nice fluid head on it. It locks. It's got this ball joint up here that moves all over the place. This is a good little tripod, and it gets about this high. I think it is 68 inches or something. And like I said, 2.1 pounds. Photo Pro X Go Carbon E2. This is a really good tripod. Let's see. Staying on the outside, I got my trekking poles. These are just some basic trekking poles. There's nothing super lightweight about them. There's nothing that really stands out about them, but they're pretty lightweight, I suppose. Cascade Mountain Tech, if you want to know what brand those are. Yeah, they are pretty light. I don't even think those are aluminum. I don't know what they are. I got my camera mount right here. This is gonna go in the pack, but this is just a bore snake for my rifle. And then we got, I like this pack a lot. This is the MRK6, by the way. I guess I didn't say that. This is the Badlands MRK6. It's a 6100 cubic inch pack. It is the biggest of the MRK series, and I think it might be the biggest that Badlands has to offer. I wanted to just get the biggest one because I really didn't know how much was gonna fit in there. And I thought that it would be easier to buy one that's too big because I know all these straps will compress it down. Whereas if I bought a smaller one, I would have to go through returning it when I find out all my crap doesn't fit. And it's always better to go bigger with the packs, I think. But as long as you can stay disciplined and not overpack, which is something I need to work on. So they have this nice pouch on the outside that's for a spotter. I also got a big old contractor trash bag in there, big black trash bag. This is a nice spotter pouch. I got the Vortex Crossfire, cheap, but it's very small and very light. It's I think it's a 36 power, as big as she goes. But where I'm going in Colorado is very dense with trees, and I don't know that I'm gonna need a spotter at all, but I'm gonna take one anyway. That's it for the outside. And so this opens this way. It's got that goes across the top. And it's got these that pull open. And it's got a double, it cinches shut on the top. And then you can push that in and cinch the top shut again. And this is just a nice bag, I'm telling you. There's a lot of people that hate on Badlands for whatever reason, but I have really liked every piece of Badlands gear that I've ever bought. And that's a pretty good amount of Badlands stuff. So it opens down there, and then this also flips up, and this opens up as well. So if you have stuff where you're like, well, I need that readily available, so I'm gonna put it on top. Well, you can put stuff to be accessible on top, and you can put stuff to be accessible on the side. So whichever one, if you need to switch off back and forth. So I said this was 42 pounds with food. So this is my food. I took Mountain House meals, and I bought one for every night that we're gonna be there. And then I packed a separate bag of just 800 or 900 calories worth of snacks for every day. And then I got a whole bunch of single serve coffees, Death Wish coffee, which I like. And then a whole bunch of oatmeal that I'm gonna do oatmeal every morning. And then these are the little packets right here. It's got one of those Honey Stinger waffles. It's got a couple liquid IVs, a couple Paydays, some of the Junkless granola bars that are pretty good, and a Click Bar. And I got several of those every day, or several of those, one per day. It's amazing what you can fit when you really smash stuff down. And I'm just gonna pull one of these Mountain Houses out because they are crammed in there. But what I did was take the Mountain House meals, I took them out of the bag, and I vacuum sealed all of them. So now this thing compresses down to that big. I still got the outside deal so I can heat it up, and it compresses down to this. If you've ever messed with the Mountain House meals, you know that if you grab one, it does not get this small unless you open it. And then once you open it, you got to worry about it not having the shelf life that it's supposed to. So it just smashed down really nice when I vacuum sealed everything. I'm a big fan of vacuum sealing stuff. So that's my food. Mountain House's snacks, several hundred calories worth of snacks, coffee, all that. And then along with that, I got a couple dry bags if I need them. I have this little guy, and I have a jet boil. Jet boil is just all in one. It's got this, it's got your fuel in there, it's got your little, it's got the little burner down in there. it's super handy that it's all in one. I don't know what's going on with Jetboil. Everybody's hating on them right now because they supposedly don't support hunters or whatever. I don't care about any of that. This thing was free. I got this through my job for free, so I'm using it. And then this for coffee or whatever else I need. Got some dude wipes, essential. I got my puffy jacket. When stuff comes with compression sacks, like this thing compresses down into an inside pouch or whatever, I don't do that. If it's a jacket or article of clothing or a sleeping bag or whatever, I just jam it in wherever it can get in here, because that's the way I was taught to do it when they would just make us jam all our stuff in our packs in the Marine Corps. And it worked really well, because when you make this into a ball, then you can only fit other stuff around it, and there's all kinds of little pockets in there. It's really inefficient use of space. So that's why I do that. And this puffy is 90% down puffy, super light, super packable, from Amazon. I'm all about buying a puffy that costs $40, not a puffy that costs $340 or whatever crazy price they're going for. And that's not to say that, you know, like a Sitka or a Kuiu or First Light or whatever, their puffies may be superior to that, but they're made of down, and that is also made of down, so I don't see how there could be such a gap in performance that this one would be $40 and those would be $300 something. And like I said, this is my first time going out there, so maybe I'm about to learn. But I got an extra bladder in case my bladder pops. I got a big orange pack cover. Figured since we're wearing orange anyway, I might as well just get an orange one. Keep the rain out and stuff. I got a poncho because I was not planning on bringing any rain gear, because rain gear is another thing where I'm like, if it's cold, it's probably gonna snow, it's probably not gonna rain. I don't want to waste space on rain gear, but if it does rain, I have this poncho that will go over me and it'll go over my pack. It's not gonna keep my legs dry, which is something I was thinking about, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So I'm not gonna play it safe, and I'm not gonna bring rain gear. I'm gonna bring this poncho. And the poncho is cool because it can double as like a footprint underneath your tent. It can double as a sheet, extra ground layer, so your mat doesn't pop. It's a super versatile piece of equipment. Poncho is a good piece of gear. Got just a free game bag roaming around in there. And then I got these also. These, and I know Go Hunt, wherever, Camo Fire, Eberly Stock, they all have these little bags to keep your stuff in, and they're $17, $10, whatever. I bought these little canvas bags, cotton canvas bags that zip open and hold all your stuff, and I think it was a 10 pack for $8 or something like that. So just another thing I did because I'm cheap. So this is the one I have labeled med kit, and I have some gauze, band-aids, Tylenol, Motrin, Leuko tape, and that's about it for in there. Hygiene bag is exactly what it sounds like. I got some scentless deodorant, I got a toothbrush, I got toothpaste, toothpicks, and I have just a box of pills that's got allergy medicine, it's got some antibiotics, it's got just a bunch of random stuff in there. My random stuff bag, I have my other, this is an Outdoor Edge, it's a lot nicer of a knife than the other one. It's also a replaceable blade. I'm not gonna carry like a skinning knife. This is gonna be my skinning knife. It's got 4 blades that came with it, so it's got 5 blades total. They are razor sharp because they literally are little razor blades, and they're just awesome. I love these knives. I would much rather just take a dull blade off and put a new blade on, then sit there and sharpen a blade. I got this fire starter, this Blackbeard fire starter, pretty cool stuff. And I got some AAAs and some AA's in here. As my GPS runs on AA's and my headlamp runs on AA's. And I don't have an inReach. I've been thinking about getting an inReach. I don't know if it's going to be worth it or not. I guess tell me in the comments if you think you would need an inReach. Seems like it's a good thing to have, and a lot of people have it. I vacuum sealed my game bags because it saved a ton of space also. Let's see, what else? I got my tent right here. This is a Winterial one-person tent. It's a pretty sweet little tent. I thought it was going to be way too small at first when I set it up. I set it up in my living room and I didn't have it staked out, and I was a little worried because I didn't think that I was going to be able to have my bag in there with me, my bag and my rifle. So I set it up outside, and when I set it up outside and I got the corners all staked down and I threw the rain fly over it, it's plenty. And it was ridiculously hot in there. It was ridiculously hot outside, but it was ridiculously hot in here. So I think if it does get cold, it's going to go ahead and retain some of the, it's going to retain most of my heat in there. So I think that'll be good. And that's Winterial. That is also on Amazon. This tent weighs 2.2 pounds. So you can't really beat that either. It was $120 for a 2.2 pound tent. It's waterproof. It'll fit you and your gear. I just don't see the point in spending $400, $500, $600 on a tent that weighs a little bit more than that. I just don't get it. Maybe after this season, it'll whoop my butt up there on the mountain and I'll get some more paracord. And then we got, so this is the kind of controversial thing that I was planning on doing. I have a bladder in here in my bag. I got an extra bladder, and then I packed this also, which is a big Camelback that's got a bunch of, not a bunch, it's got two pouches, bottom pouch, top pouch. It's got an extra bladder, so I can fill this one up and fill this one up and just run two bladders and have an extra one. And then when we set our base camp up, my plan is to leave all my stuff there and just bring the essentials in this. I can throw my spotting scope and a puffy in here. I can throw, a kill kit or whatever. That way, if we kill something, I'm out here. I got a little kill kit. I got a puffy. If it's dark, I got a headlamp. I got all the stuff to go ahead and cut up the elk, run back up to camp, sleep for the night, come back down in the morning with my pack and pack it out. So that's my plan with this. I think it's a good plan. Let me know in the comments if it's a really stupid plan, because it'll be a decent weight saving if I hear enough comments telling me that's a terrible idea, don't bring that thing. What else we got? In these side pouches, I got this little tiny climate like glassing pad. It's like a seat where it was super cheap, so it'll probably pop, but even if it pops, it'll still keep my butt out of the mud or the snow or whatever. I got a little light set of gloves in there, not even worth showing really. I got this. I was on the fence about getting a, actually we'll go in here first. Another cool thing this bag does is the bottom unzips. So, and there's a divider. It's probably not going to be able to show it, but there's a divider in there. You can see that? I don't know if you can see that right here. And that snaps in the pack, so it can keep, if you keep your sleeping system on the bottom and the rest of your crap on top, it'll keep them separate, so you can pull them out as you please without all the other crap coming out of your bag. So the bottom unzips. And for my sleeping bag, I had a Badlands 35 degree bag, which I really love. It's a very warm bag, but I just don't trust it going into the mountains where it says it's going to be down in the teens or 20s at night. So I bought a 20 degree bag, which is the Big Agnes Benchmark 20. I haven't tested this thing yet. I haven't even slept in it in my house or anything. I'm just gonna pray for the best when I go up there. So that's that big Agnes bag. And then I got a, this is my little pillow, little tiny pillow. It doesn't weigh anything. And even if it did weigh something, my comfort every night is worth that. This is one that is going to be kind of controversial. I know these climate pads are kind of, I won't say bottom dollar because there's a lot on Amazon that are bottom dollar, but they are, I mean, this has a 1.3 R value, so basically nothing. It might as well have a 0 R value at 1.3. So hopefully if it's not stupid cold up there, I'll be okay. And then if it is stupid cold and I'm not okay, then I just know for next time that I better get a better one. But this thing packs down so small, it's so light, and then I just hope it doesn't pop. But that's that. And then this is the other thing I had. This is the sleeping bag liner, which I know I've heard other people say adds several degrees. If you do this, it'll keep the inside of your sleeping bag from getting all nasty. This was from Walmart. This was like $8.88 or something like that. So if this makes even, you know, half the difference that a $100 one does, I'd say it was worth it. It's very light. It's basically made of the same thing that a pillowcase is made of. This is a giant pillowcase is all that is. And I believe that's the last thing in there. Oh, this bag also has a little rifle boot. Pops out the bottom like that. And then we can be on to my lid, which is unfortunately kind of like the junk drawer of my backpack. And I feel like that's probably what happens to a lot of people. I got my little ammo wallet with, there's only 8 rounds in there now, but well, 7 rounds. So we'll add a couple and then full 2-round mag plus 10 in there. We should be good. And then I have this also, another one of those bags, and this says H2O because this is my filter setup. It is a Katadyn 3 liter. It's just got this, and then you screw that filter in there, and hopefully it works because I don't feel like being sick as a dog up in the mountains. So, yep. Got that in there. And then one of my buddies that's been up there before said if you neglect this thing up there and your filter freezes, you're pretty well screwed. So I'm going to go ahead and not keep this in the top pouch of my backpack. I'm going to probably keep this on the inside pocket of my puffy while I'm walking around. But just in case, I have some aqua tabs also. So I'll be able to purify with tabs if something happens to my filter. Hopefully it doesn't. And I have another dry bag, and this has a couple chargers. This has an iPhone charger, a mini USB charger, and a USB-C charger, and then my 40,000 milliamp battery pack. Body Glide. A tourniquet. I figure this tourniquet should be in the top pouch because it's super accessible there. You can get to it in a hurry. And I'm going to bring a tourniquet because anytime you're messing with a bunch of guns and knives, if something goes wrong, it's going to go really wrong. And if you bring a tourniquet with you and you don't know how to use it, then you might as well have not brought a tourniquet with you. So get a tourniquet and learn how to use it. I got my big spoon. And I got this, which is the, it's called the Bino Connect. It's a Badlands deal. So my Bino harness that is buried now, the harness part can come off of it, and it's got these straps that hook onto your backpack straps right here where it says Bino, and that strap will go to right here. That way you don't have to wear your Bino harness and your backpack and have double straps running around up here. Your Bino harness pack will connect to your backpack, which I thought that was a really cool feature. And I believe that's all I got in here. So that's gonna be it for my pack dump video. If you see anything that I should have brought and it's not out here, let me know in the comments. And if you see anything that you've used before and you're like, don't take that, that thing sucks, let me know. I only got a month and a half before we're gonna be up on the mountain, and I'm gonna need all the help I can get. So if any seasoned veterans watch this, then I would very much appreciate the feedback. This is everything that I'm planning on having in my bag, besides maybe an inReach or a Zoleo. If you've had one of those and you really like it, then leave a comment and let me know which one you got, why you like it, because they both seem like they're a great deal on one side and then kind of suck on the other side. The inReach is kind of expensive up front, but the plan's a little cheaper, and the Zoleo is a little cheaper up front, but then you can't cancel your plan. It's always going to cost you $4 a month as long as you have the thing. So I'm just going back and forth between those right now. All right, well, that is all I have for this video. It's been fun. I love gear. I'm going to tell you, I love all this stuff. I can't wait to use it up in the mountain. I can't wait for, I can't wait to rely on it and hope that it's reliable. Yeah, if you see anything that you're like, don't bring that crap, let me know, and I probably won't bring it, or maybe I will still, I don't know. So I've already pulled all this stuff out of my bag. I'm not gonna make you sit here and watch me put it all back in. You know it fits. So that's gonna be the end of this video. I appreciate you watching. If you're going elk hunting this year, then I hope you have a good time, and I hope you're successful. That's it. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.